Hey there, welcome to Automation on a Mission. My name is Christy Stafford and I'm the owner and founder of Automation on a Mission. I just wanted to create this video to give you a brief introduction of our system and give you a little bit more information about what you can expect as you're navigating through our tool and how you can go about taking advantage of all of the benefits and features that we have available as a member of our community. So as I quickly dive into our dashboard here, I just wanted to start by saying that it's not the most exciting thing in this little video here because this is essentially our dummy account, but consider this as an amazing benchmark or framework by which you sort of track all of the goals that you might be creating and monitoring as a part of your business. You want to know about the health of your business, you want to know how close you are to achieving your goals, your dashboard's the place that you're going to be able to do that. You get to edit exactly what this looks like, you get to create the tiles and move them around in the place you want so that those things are tracking only the things that matter the most to you in your business. Want to see what a window of time looks like? Adjust the timetable so you understand how is your list growing? What does your email engagement look like? How close are you to completing your next sale in terms of your sales pipeline? All of that stuff and more can be reflected here in your dashboard, and all this data is being pulled from the system. So think about this as your incentive to use the tools and the features that we're making available to you as a part of the system. Want accurate data? Make sure that you're in here every day and building out the infrastructure that makes your business run. I'm going to pop around to a couple of other things that I wanted to share here, but before we go into any of the specifics, I do want to introduce you to our primary navigation. Now, I call it a primary navigation because you'll find that we have two different navigation menus that exist on the left-hand side. Our primary navigation is going to give you access to things like your CRM, your calendar booking, your conversations tab, or where you store your payments and your products. And then if we click on settings in the bottom left-hand corner here, it's going to give us access to our business settings. Now this is going to be more of that higher level, view of the business itself. This may be information and details about where does your business reside, where, who are your staff that have access to your account. What does your specific profile look like when it comes to your signature and apps that you have connected to your account? And all of this information is stuff that you are welcome to click through, poke around, fill in as much of this as you want as you're exploring and you're practicing some degree of curiosity. Other things that we have in our business settings that are pretty nifty are things around our billing information. Now, in my demo account, it doesn't look super exciting, but in your account, when you click on this, it will be a place where you can look at finite transaction history. So if you want to know exactly what you're paying for and exactly what sort of activity is happening inside your account, your billing history is going to show up right there. So if I go back to my primary navigation, you'll see we've got some other really important information or things inside here, including things like our media storage folder. Now you can put as much stuff in here as you want, and that includes videos, it includes pictures, PDF files, you name it, you can store it inside here, and we do not have a storage limit. So consider this a really good repository for storing important information, including things like your lead magnets and things like that. In addition to our primary navigation and our business navigation, we also have some additional things that will help you in terms of understanding exactly the who, what, and the how about getting support and also furthering your knowledge and your skills inside the system. So we have at the bottom of our navigation here, you'll see an area that's called a help desk, and we've gone back and forth over and over again. Is it a help desk? Is it a knowledge base? Technically it's actually both of those things. So if I click on our help desk, it's going to actually open up a whole nother tab, and this other tab is going to give you literally hundreds of articles on how to do things. So if you're in the process of building your own email and getting that scheduled out inside the system, you might think, I have no idea exactly what I'm doing, or maybe there's something that's not working the way you think it should. You have a knowledge base full of support articles about something as simple as sending an email or how to build a specific automation. And all of those articles are searchable. In addition to our support articles, we also have a 2+ year history of trainings that we've facilitated over the course of the lifetime of Automation on a Mission, from the period where I realized that maybe I should record them and make them accessible for the future. And so if you click on your view all articles, or if you click here where it says AOAM trainings, you'll see that these things are broken down into 2023 and 2024 because I wasn't smart enough to do it in 2022. And then as the years progress, we'll just continue to add on. But every time we facilitate a Business Booster training, those videos are uploaded into our knowledge base and those are accessible to you. Even if you didn't join until December of 2024, that video is accessible from January of 2023. So you always have access to any of those videos. In addition to our knowledge base, as in terms of support articles and teaching yourself different things that you might want to be doing on your own, we also have a ticketing system. So if you're having technical difficulties inside your app, then we would encourage you to submit a ticket. So when I think about a technical issue, it might be something like, hey, I set up tax, and when my client paid for their transaction, the tax wasn't applied. That would be a really great example of something that you might complete a ticket for. Whereas we also have a private Facebook community, and our emails are going to invite you to attend and participate in our private Facebook community, and that's going to give you access to a great resource in terms of connecting and networking with other Automation on a Mission members, and also a great place to ask questions. Now, why do we separate questions from our technical challenges? Because in our question area, you may not only get support from us, but you may also get support from other community members. So we've got people that have been in our system for a long time, and they've learned a ton, and they want to give back. And so they're going to come in here and also provide information, share resources, help you out. And the hope would be that, in the future, you might be able to do the same thing. Now, our Facebook group is a great place for you to see and keep up with current events, important notifications. Maybe there's new updates and changes and features that are happening inside the system. All of that information is in our Facebook group, and I highly encourage you stay connected to the Facebook group and engage and participate. Get to know the people that are a part of our community. So going back to our knowledge base, I mentioned that we've got this amazing library of trainings. If we pop back over to our Automation on a Mission app, you'll notice that below our help desk, we also have an event schedule. Now, every week we release a new Business Booster training. Those Business Booster trainings are then uploaded into the knowledge base, but you may be like, I'd like to know exactly what kind of things are being covered. So if you click on the event schedule, it's going to show you all of the different topics that we've been working on throughout the year. And periodically we go and remove the old content because you can see everything that's been already completed in our knowledge base. But you can also see what's coming up. So, in the remainder of this year, 2024, we might be focusing on things around goal setting, around business planning, around setting KPIs. Those kinds of things might be super helpful for you to know in terms of, hey, what are some relevant training topics that I would be interested in keeping track of, and making sure that that information is something that I get exposed to when that time comes. So your event schedule is going to let you know what's on our plan in terms of what are we teaching, what are we covering. And then the last thing that's a part of our primary navigation is our marketplace. So in our marketplace, you'll find that we have tons of additional resources. So yes, you signed up for Automation on a Mission, and you signed up to have us set up your system for you, but did you know that we also have retained services? Do you want a VA to help support you and your daily business operations? You can come and learn about those things inside our marketplace. Maybe you don't want to have to build your own funnel from scratch and you want us to do that for you. Or maybe there's a funnel that we've already got that's just ready for you to click the purchase now, and we're going to install it in your app and it's ready to rock and roll. All you need to do is customize those emails and that sort of thing. Your marketplace is a great place for you to go and take a look at other ways you can extend the relationship with us at Automation on a Mission. The last thing I want to talk about as it relates to our navigation is we talked about our primary navigation, we talked about our business navigation, and I want to talk a little bit about what happens when you click on any one of these items. Now, this is going to be true in both our primary and our business navigation. If I click on contacts, for example, it's going to take me to our CRM, and it's going to show me my entire database of contacts. But if you notice up here at the top, I have a series of other options. So think about this as your primary navigation and this as your secondary navigation. So depending on what you click on in your left-hand side, your navigation at the top is going to change, and the other options, essentially the things that you can dive deeper, are going to fit within that secondary navigation. So when you look at what you see on the left-hand side, know that it's a lot more than just one single, one-dimensional view. You've got a lot of different things as it relates to your contacts inside this one section. You have a lot of things related to payments and collecting money, and so that's things like products and who collects the money, how does the money get into my bank account, those kinds of things are all going to live underneath of payments. So when we say click around, explore, poke around, especially between now and your initial kickoff call, what we mean is go through here, explore what happens when you click on automations, know what exists inside this particular part of your system. The more time you spend just sort of exposing yourself to the different things that live within each one of these categories, the easier it's going to be for you to be working and operating inside your system. Even though we are setting things up for you, if you were the one running your business through this tool, you want to know exactly how to search for a contact, or how do I find that email template I created and now I want to send it, what do I do? So this is a great opportunity for you to just sort of poke around, experiment, play with the different parts that you have in the system. I promise you can't break anything. Even if you accidentally delete something, we can actually bring that even back in. So, like I said, have fun, practice, explore, click through, and if you're feeling ambitious and you want to start doing things like completing your business profile, setting up your own personal profile, turning on your integrations, it can be as simple as following the directions. When you click a button, what does it ask you to do? That sort of thing will actually help get you a lot further and more efficient in your future calls with our team. As always, please let us know if you have any questions. We are here to help. And also know that everything I just covered here today might seem overwhelming, but rest assured, starting tomorrow, we're going to start breaking down individual elements inside your app so that these things aren't so scary, so that you can start to learn the inner workings of the contacts part of your database, or the email marketing tool, or how to utilize the social media scheduler. All those things will be covered in greater detail as a part of your onboarding experience, and we want to make sure that we give you a warm welcome today, and we go from there. All right? So I'll see you on the next video, and have fun.